If it gives you problems starting, just remember it's incapable of letting you back. It's all scratched up, nah. It's a 2008 GMC Sierra. It's got a big turbo on it. Actually, not that big. It's actually only a 70 millimeter, but it's only the baby LS 4.8. And you say, KB, why is it in such disarray? Well, I mean, you'll have to stick around and find out. But we got a brand new intake coming on there, color matched to the paint, brand new fuel lines and brand new fuel rails with our crossover. Because if you watch our last video, and I hope you did, and if you don't, you got a homework assignment for that. But we had a huge gas leak coming out the back. And you know what gas leaks do with cars, especially choo-choos? They catch on fire, and that's no good. So we got to get the new intake on. I think it's going to look really good. We got to move this intercooler down here. But it's way down there, and it's laying flat. Like, doesn't make any sense why it's laying flat. We've got to change that real quick. And if all goes well today, if all goes well, we're going to take this puppy for a spin, make some choo-choo noises. Light pewter metallic to match the paint. On our fuel rails, we got all the other doodads in here, got the crossover pipe. This was what was leaking before, so we got a new one of those. Got our intake, which is scratched to shit now. They're changing over all the vacuum lines and everything. We got the gaskets, getting it all off the old one. I am going to go to the paint booth. We're gonna clean up the coil brackets and all the coils and the valve covers. So it should have like a black and the light pewter metallic color combination on top. I heard an old football player say one time that football doesn't love you back. Where does that relate to cars? You're gonna do all this work. You're gonna make it look pretty. You're gonna bust your tail getting this thing working. Just remember, it's incapable of loving you back. So if it gives you problems starting, if it gives you problems like all this other crap, just trying to get it running and all these things we're trying to accomplish today, and it doesn't, just remember, it's incapable of loving you back. So the guys are making great progress on the intake and doing our injectors. The O-rings on this are fairly decent on the actual injectors, but we have these little caps, and each of them have an O-ring too. So these O-rings are actually no good. So I think we got one over here. Yeah, so you can see those are like crap, where it kind of just fell apart on us. We'll get those all put in. Let's go paint the throttle body and the valve covers. I'm figuring out, I can't remember if these have a return line going to them. I'm fixing to ask the old interweb here, but we're looking at like how we set up our fuel regulator because we need rising rate for our boost, right? So when you get boost and say you get 5, 10, 15, 20 horsepower or 20 pounds of boost, let's just say 10, you get 10 pounds of boost. Well, your fuel pressure is gonna drop, right? Because you have to make up that you're boosting more air into it. So now you gotta make up that much and like flow and liquid, which is the fuel. So we have our fuel pressure regulator, and this is gonna go off of it. So we have our handy dandy gauge here. And so it should be between like 50 PSI, right? Like actually it's 58 PSI is where the LS is like it. You can go into the 60s with it. So what you'll have is, you'll have it up there. Actually comes off of here. So you'll have this on here. And once you get into the throttle and the boost sets in, it'll start to drop unless you have it with air coming into it from off the turbo or the intake or whatever. So we're trying to figure out if it's returned so we can make sure that we set it up properly. We're probably gonna install this on the rail somehow, like over here. Like have it set up here so we can always see it. We're just trying to figure it out real quick. All right, we're about to put the manifold on. I don't know where all those hoses go. We're gonna figure it out. Beat the shit out of the intake. I also have to repaint the whole damn thing. That's not a big deal though. All right, let's get the bolts. Make sure all the gaskets are still in, I guess. Nope, no gasket on this one. Had a gasket fall off. Finally got it to fit, and the gasket fell off. You don't want to go in your home, do you? It's all scratched up. Nah. Still got to clean up the wiring harness. There's a vacuum line on the back we need to get an elbow for. We're gonna call it a night, but we'll be back on it in the morning. So we're gonna get this puppy started up. But not today, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Got a vacuum line that needs some attention, so we can hook that up, and I think we'll be good to go. So we're day 2 on this beautiful 2008 GMC Sierra turbo build. But we came through a couple problems yesterday, and yes, the intake's back off. And you say, why? Why, Kevin, is the intake off? Well, let me explain. There's a lot of hoses. And you say, hey, Kevin, you got hoses in your hand? Yes, I got hoses in my hand. Well, when these come out of our ports here, which are vital to vacuum and turbo and choo-choo noises, you can see, like I put it down, I screw it in all the way. That would help so everybody can see the understanding of this. When you turn it, it hits on the valley cover. And then it kinks them. Every single one of these are kinking. Now, I like this intake. It's a good looking intake, but they give you these vacuums, nozzles, barbs, that just all go straight down. So like every single one of them, you know, are kinking like this. And that's just not gonna be any good. So we're gonna have to make a trip, go grab a bunch of 90s so we can point them to whatever direction we need. We gotta get more hose and try to fix and remedy that situation. We had it to the point to where like, we probably could have started yesterday. But at the end of the time, when we noticed, we couldn't get any of the vacuum hoses on. So the most unfortunate part of this whole thing, right, is taking the intake on and off. We've like scratched the crap out of it. So that whole paint job and like prepping like the day before we even filmed, that's kind of like out the window type thing. Yeah, unfortunate, but I think we can spray it again once we get everything like hooked back up. It's gonna come off probably another time for some unforeseen reason we have no clue about. But hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully we can get this thing going. It is quite a pain in the butt. I know it's an LS and I scream from the rooftops how easy they are. But aftermarket parts sometimes don't wanna be as cooperative as like normal LS parts. So, but we would definitely get it running before this video ends. May not be my day today, but like before this video ends, we're starting this damn car. So we got to get to work. Hi, let's go. Hey guys, quick tip for the day. If there's one thing you could do to make your life 1,000 times easier, right? It's not car related, so if you don't like it, whatever. And sometimes I know this can be tough. Make as good of friends with your mother-in-law as possible. I personally have a great mother-in-law, and I'm not just saying that so I get kudos points. But if you can make her your ally and she can be the greatest thing that ever happened in your life, to be honest with you. And even if she's like difficult, and mine's not at all, dude, I'm telling you, if you could make it work and like be like one with the mother-in-law, your life will be so much better. I guarantee you. All right, so this is what we came up with. We ended up having to use our straights that came straight out, and then we got these little rubber fittings that came out, and then we have an adapter where we'll put the hose on. We did end up finding one brass or copper one that fits, that can go through here. This one's got to go the front, this one's got to go the back, and then we have our plug here, which I need to still tighten down. So we kind of pieced it all together. I bought a bunch of other ones. These obviously got to go back. Spent like way too much money on this stuff, so all this is going to go back. But I think it should work. Fingers crossed. Good Lord willing. Like, make this, well, it should work. It should work. So let me get the hoses hooked up on this so we can push them out to wherever they need to go. And then we can hopefully get this bad boy on the truck. They're gonna bust my you-know-whats for this, but, and Jose's like, don't do it, don't do it. I'm gonna put the coolant that was in the truck back in the new reservoir they put in. It looks so much better, by the way. Look how good that looks. Yeah, way better. It's got like a little hourglass here. This is like 50 bucks, 60 bucks maybe with shipping. He's yelling at me to hold on. Oh, the funnel. Yeah, you don't want me to spill it all over your brand new? Because you know I will too. I'll spill it on, not on purpose, but you can see that, right? I'm still gonna spill it. You piece of crap. If you don't like it, you can tell me I'm a piece of crap for doing this to this truck. This truck has, I don't know, 200-something thousand miles. I don't know even how long this motor's even gonna last. We're not even concerned about it. We got the 6.0 over there with LS3 heads.
Good stuff, man.
True story. True story. You gotta make sure you put on your sensor in the back. Map sensor. Look how bad it looks. One's gotta go forward, right? That's the best we've done. Yeah, way better. Yay. Good job. So we got the intake in. Guys were running all the vacuum lines. That's above my pay grade, so we're gonna let them go ahead and knock that out. They've been kind of mapping that all out today, so I don't wanna get in their way. But I do have something I wanna change. If you saw our last video, and I don't think anybody did, but if you saw our last video, that is the grossest thing on the entire truck. Look at that monstrosity. So, I gotta change it. I can't look at it anymore. So, we're gonna change it. Crusty. When your screwdriver does a little curve up like that, you know it's been properly used many times as a pry bar. Exactly how we're gonna use it here. Dang, it's so crustified. We'll have to do something about that crap. Let's hit the brakes, shall we? I'm 50. Nothing? Oh, the battery's disconnected. So almost there. We got the serpentine belt going on right now. We just need to hook up this little filter thing, which is just gonna pop on there because I don't have the clamp for that. And then we gotta hook up the side with the blow-off valve into the throttle body. We'll check everything, give it a once over, not to twice over, because we're ready to start this puppy up. We'll see if it just fires off. All right, here we go, guys. Let's rock and roll. So I got it started. It needs a bass tune or bass map to help it to understand what's going on. The turbo, probably the perfect size for it. Still don't know if we have a fuel pump in our actual tank. We'll check that out. The exhaust is rattling like a mofo because it's got a cheap eBay like exhaust switch to turn it on, the loud to proud kind of thing. There it goes, right there. I don't know if you heard that, but needs some work, but yeah, love y'all guys. God bless you. Take care.